Synchronize our watches. It's showtime. Glen Peloso. Oh my gosh, he's real.
In 3 dimensions.
Oh my gosh, I've well, the whole pandemic. Skype, first time in our new studios.
I know, and it's really, really beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Well, it was pressure. You know, Glen's coming in. We got to make this nice.
I called ahead and I said, make sure you clean up and have everything set up perfectly. You did a great job.
Well, thank you. That's
Yes.
high praise coming from you. We need some designer help with the coming school season.
Correct.
Dorms.
So you have to go back. Well, I mean, I don't know whether you personally need to go back to school, but you know, I'm sure lots of people would debate whether you should or shouldn't in terms of what's changed in the world. But getting, like, I think one of the things about getting kids back to school is that, you know, part of the job is as a kid, like you're going to go to university, you need to set it up yourself, and part of that sort of falls on the parents where they're like, oh, it's really up to me to make it all happen.
Right. So here's where you come in.
I'm trying to help you sort of work that out. So to start off with, everybody has tons of electronics. So you need to plan in advance to make sure that works out. So things like having extra plugs, just, you know, they plug into the wall, and then you all of a sudden have 6 plugs on that one thing, plus a bunch of USB keys, which makes it much easier to get all those devices up and running and make sure they continue to happen. You know, you're probably going to want to have something like a smartwatch, because everybody just seems to have that now.
As you're wearing, I noticed.
I am wearing that. That's why I just figured out the time for us. And then like just a charging tray. So set that onto the tray. You know, you set anything onto there, and you can make sure that your devices are all charged and ready to go. A whole bunch of your life is now going to be online.
Very nice.
A lot of your programs are coming in, so you want to make sure that you're organized in this kind of way.
So this will do phones and iPads, given the size
Everything you want. It'll, if you had a pacemaker, you could sit in there. And, I'm kidding. Not the
So where do you get that?
Well, I mean, all of this stuff I just got from HomeSense Winter. It's like you just go, and it's not. The thing is you can't make it. You have to do it on a student budget.
Right.
So you have to work that stuff out. Then when it comes to just organizing yourself, I like these because they're, you know, often you buy containers to help organize yourself, but then you don't fill them all, and then you don't know what to do with them. These squish up nice and tight and tiny, and then they pop up to turn into something that you can store things in. So whatever it is that you're going to have, like if you're a girl, you have scrunchies and all that stuff, you want to have someplace to be able to store that. This also works really well as storage, but it's also a little thing so that if you're on the road and you need to have a little something to eat, you can store your food in there. So pack that up.
Vacuum sealed?
It's vacuum sealed, you close it up, but you can also just use it for whatever you want that you want to have some sort of sealing with, that you want to make sure you don't get bugs into it, or you can just put a big note on top that says, "Don't touch Bob, this is mine."
Right.
And that works out well too. You know, you want to have some sort of insulated lunch bag, because that's going to be part of what you do. Otherwise, I mean, I remember when I was a student, you know, 3/4 of the way through the day, you're like, I should probably eat.
Right,
We thought about that. And stay hydrated. So you want to make sure you have something that allows for that to work out.
That's a lot of hydration right there.
It is.
That's a big sucker.
It is a big sucker. No pun intended. And then I like the idea of just having an analog book. Like just something to write notes down and to make sure.
You know
that
what?
you
My
keep
wife is
yourself
like that too. You know, like she just likes it. It's a comfort thing having a notebook for an agenda.
And when I grew up, my father used to say, my mother will never die listless, because she had lists of everything. So writing those things down, it can be really helpful, even though there's tons of technology to help make that work out as well. I think at the same time, you know, you want to create a little bit of fun into your life as well, because you're now an adult and you want to create your own sort of room. So, you know, having something like a little bit of LED lighting to create some sort of fun, something that's interesting.
Vegas vibe.
A little Vegas vibe in your space. You also, like, I brought this large sort of calendar in the front, and what it allows you to do is just, you know, be able to write down things so that you can visually see.
At a glance.
Right. Because for someone like me, if I have to think, oh, in 3 weeks I have this due, so I need to start working on it now, and if I don't see it, I'm like, oh my God, that's due in 2 days. Because it just sort of popped up on your phone or whatever. That happens to me a lot. You know, this great little, you know, it's vegan, but it's like a leather desk mat. So something to clean up your space, make you look a little bit more official. We would probably go with, you know, sort of that Tom Cruise-y kind of vibe that you had with the glasses and the...
Exactly.
That's how I see
you know me so well, Glen Peloso.
It's like we're brothers. Or maybe we were dorm mates, maybe, who knows. And then I think...
It's all a blur.
It is. It could have been a blur, yeah. Having something like, you know, to be able to work in bed, just because your space turns into both a workspace and a study space, so, you know, you're going to want to have something in bed so that you can run your computer from that. I mean, a lot of this stuff is electronic. This little poof, I just saw this and thought, this is great, because what happens is somebody comes in, you can either put your feet up on it, but if someone comes in and wants to be able to chat with you, your roommate's on one side, they can pull this up and you can sit together and have a bit of a chat. It makes it really easy.
Great ideas, as always, from Glen Peloso.
I do what I can.
Good to see you in person.
You too. And welcome. What a great space.
Have a great day.